Hi everyone, in this video I will talk about the success and failure. First, in an exemplified way, I will start explaining what might or might not be closer to the definition of success and failure. For this will be necessary to remember the history of Titanic. The Titanic boat in its first and only trip in the ocean. This one, with main luxury, was constructed by engineers in a mechanical company, the most luxury one of its time, by great sheets steel of 6 by 9 meters. This boat will be the dream fulfilled of its creator, its buyers and travelers. It will transport the most important people on the largest and most luxury boat of that time. Thus, at that time, they hoped that this voyage will not stop them until they didn't see the iceberg coming from, which was the cause of the waste of so-called Titanic. In this real example, we can see that success and failure go hand in hand, and it is very difficult to give a successful definition of the maximum of what is success and what is failure. According to Prokofsky, Henry in 2011 years, we will say that the new things and ideas come from our dissatisfaction with what already exists and from already exists and wanting something that fulfills our inspiration. That is, the creation of something new by failure of what existing. Existing things do not do what they will expect of them or do not do as well as we want. One solution will to be isolate the cause of failure and concentrate on avoiding it, circumventing it, and eliminating it. Eliminating failure then results in the creation of something that satisfies us. Success in this case. In short, we humans seek comfort, each of different form. This leads to the diversification and specialization of tastes. And as we have those luxuries, we feel that we are successful, of course. Consequently, success comes from failure. And, and if any circumstance or things did not fail, the next one chosen by us also did not succeed. Success and failure are intertwined. For Petrovsky, to focus and failure can lead to success. Relying too much on success precedent can lead to failure. Success is not simply the absence of failure. It, is, it, it also has potential modes of failure. Emulating success can be effective in the short term, but the behavior invariably and surprisingly leads to failure. Oh, such an example is shown in the construction of Quebec Bride, in which its builders were so successful that they trusted in themselves and failed. Science past success is no guarantee that there will be a future failure. In fact, future failure can be anticipated and thus avoided by assessing the facts of the past, which generally reveal case by case in incontrovertible and paradoxical relationship between success and failure and process of living. According to the RAE, so we define failure as the adverse result in a thing that was expected to happen well or something bad. The only way to know what someone has failed is to see that person feel that he did not get what he wanted. For example, a college student is said to fail when he fails to meet the goal of graduating or losing a course. Of course, in this example, we are assuming that the student contemplates as a goal and achievement to study and achieve graduation. When someone also traces immeasurable and non-compliant goals, it is very likely that he will not achieve his purpose. Therefore, he fails. Hence, in success also must be considered some characteristics as being first, they have a definitive purpose in their life. Keep in mind that your purpose and plan to achieve it can be modified from time to time. The important thing is that you understand that meaning of always working with a goal in mind and with a well-structured plan. Second, they have confidence in themselves. In order to have ambitious goals, you need to believe that you can follow the plans to achieve them. When you believe in yourself, others tend to believe in you as well. The third point is show initiative. The only way to grow in the corporate or build your own business is to find other things to do once you've done your homework. The fourth is they are imaginative. When you have no initiative or creative, 95% of the world's people do not have a goal in life. 5. They are active. Maybe you graduate from prestigious university and you have read the most important historical books, but that does not mean anything if you do not cover that knowledge into action. They work hard. He'll say this sounds very simple, but it's important to remember that even if you reach your biggest goal, you need to keep striving or you'll risk losing everything. Number 7. Practice self-control. He'll say that he didn't know start being successful until he learned that he was working against it. When he is arrogant or angry, no one becomes a leader until he learns to control himself. The number 8. They go beyond what is asked for them. The most successful people outperform the competition and when they reach the top, compete with themselves. The number 9. They are extremely nice. When you are charismatic and care for relationships with others, you build a network of people who are willing to help you when you ask for it. And the last, they know how to separate the truth from what is doubtful. They know that their actions have ramifications for other people. Leaders understand that they cannot believe everything they hear or read and learn to pull the truth out of the vision of the world of others. And finally, to conclude, we will say how Napoleon Hill, author of the bestseller Finance and Get Rich, thinks and get rich, share some habits of success. The golden rule acts as a barrier to all men's tendencies toward the destructive use of energy that comes from the development of the other qualities described in this letter. It is the thing that serves as an antidote to damage done by men without knowledge and power, which guides men to the intelligent and constructive way of using those qualities that he develops from the use of the steps of this later.